Joe Giarrusso. So the bill in front of you today is the creation of an economic development district in the area known as West End, House Bill 892. I did pass out earlier a survey of the property as well as an aerial of the property showing it. And many of you may remember this site as the area where Fitzgerald's and Brunings and where people enjoyed stuffed flounder. That is this site that we are talking about right now. What it is currently is it's surrounded by a chain link fence and it's used as parking. During Katrina, these restaurants were destroyed by the storm, and in the immediate aftermath, much of this land was used to build the 17th Street Canal pumping station as a lay-down yard for that project. Now that that project is over, we are looking to bring back restaurants to this area through an RFP process, which is actually a joint process between Jefferson Parish and Orleans because this land sits right at the property divide. We are also working with the Office of State Lands and Commissioner Barra because it is state water bottoms. So all three entities have been engaged throughout this process, and we have resolutions supporting this from Jefferson and Orleans parishes. With that, I'll open it up to my two colleagues who are at the table. Yeah, okay.
Please.
Councilmember Aimee McCarron, City Council District A. Chair Gadberry and members, thank you so much for having me here today to speak on this bill, which is an incredible opportunity for New Orleans and Jefferson Parish to redevelop an area that has been shuttered since Katrina. Growing up in the area, I remember going to Brunings and Fitzgerald's with my family for lunch and then enjoying the park and the views of the lake. West End was once a major focal point for Orleans and Jefferson parishes, and New Orleans has and continues to promote economic development in our city, and this is another example of that commitment. Representative Hilferty introduced Louisiana House Bill 892 to further these developments by creating the West End Economic Development District in both Orleans and Jefferson parishes. The Economic Development District would be governed by a board of 5 commissioners, and revenues shared among the parishes will not only reinvest in the small portion of the area that will be developed, but will in the West End Park space, which is filled with a large grassy area lined with oak trees for neighbors and visitors to continue to enjoy without disruption to the green space. The project has been a long time coming and shows the continued commitment to multi-parish collaboration. The Jefferson Parish Council passed a resolution in support last week, and my city council will pass one as well today. Thank you, Councilmember Hans Liljeburg from Jefferson Parish, Representative Hilferty, Mayor Moreno, and our team for working together and supporting this work. And I ask for your favorable passage today. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir?
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Joe Giarrusso. I am the first Deputy Mayor and Chief Administrative Officer for the City of New Orleans. Thank you for having us here, Chair Gadberry, and to the entire committee. I first want to thank Representative Hilferty because she has been through 2 parish presidents, 2 mayors, 3 New Orleans City Council members, and 2 Jefferson Parish Council members in order to get to the spot that we are today. So it shows her doggedness in trying to get this done. I think we've all said the same thing about this project, which is it shows the historical commitment that has been in this area for such a long time. From the turn of the century until Hurricane Katrina, this is a place where people in New Orleans and Jefferson Parish went to in order to recreate, eat, hang out, enjoy themselves, and enjoy New Orleans on the waterfront. Also, just candidly, one of the things we haven't done a historically great job is 2 things. First, we haven't done a great job of making sure that we're commercializing our waterways and making sure that, unlike other major American cities, that we have something where residents and commercial businesses can live side by side. The second is, unfortunately, sometimes we talk a lot about how we engage in regionalism, but this is a project that actually allows us to do just that. The state owns the water bottoms here. Jefferson Parish, as Representative Hilferty just said, owns 30% of the land, and Orleans owns the rest of the 70%. I think the thing I'm maybe the proudest about is the commitment that the parishes and the state have shown together through their elected leadership to get to this point. It is not easy, I think, as all of you know, as elected officials, to get one thing done in your district or sometimes in the legislature. I will implore you that trying to get things done with the state and with 2 separate parishes through multiple administrations is nearly an act of Congress. So we come to you today to say thank you for your consideration of this. We're asking to have this economic development district for really the sole purpose of making sure that sales tax revenue that's generated in this area that is a little bit of an island into New Orleans stays there. So when people come and spend their money in Jefferson and Orleans in this area, that money for infrastructure, that money for sanitation, that money for police, for the basic services that people want in this area, stay right here to make sure that the area thrives and that we're not knocking at somebody's door to seek extra funds in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Representative